Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of the GOAT, or the greatest of all titos, and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of all titos or uncles around the world. Possibly a few, but definitely not all.
So a few days ago, the iPhone 15 was announced, and a lot of new features have been discussed. And as an Android fanboy, I think it's a good thing. Even if it has been around for many years in Android phones. So let's talk about that. So with the iPhone 15, a couple of, as I mentioned in the previous video, a couple of features that was announced in the iPhone 15 series that are worth noting are USB-C, the dynamic island, and the action button. And even if USB-C has been around for many years, the reason why I think that this is a good move for Apple is because it's a move that would basically bring the technology to like a better position. Before, like a few years ago, when Apple finally added wireless charging to their iPhones, there wasn't a standard. Yes, there was Qi, but there were also other wireless standards or technologies with other phones. And the beauty of how of Apple finally adopting to one wireless charging standard has set the bar high, and that it has basically made it official that the other wireless charging standards are not good enough. And because of that, the wireless charging standard, the universal wireless charging standard now is Qi. When a few years before that, when Apple decided to ditch the headphone jack, Bluetooth has already been around for a while. But the way I see it, there wasn't a rush to perfect Bluetooth connectivity, especially for headphones and speakers, was because the headphone jack is still there. So there wasn't a need to make a robust Bluetooth standard. And when the iPhone ditched the headphone jack, soon after, the other phone manufacturers followed suit. When Apple decided to ditch adding a charging brick in the packages of the phones, again, soon after, other phone manufacturers started to ditch it as well. I think that was a good move because now we have GaN or GaN or gallium nitride as a better alternative to like the regular charging bricks. Now we can have smaller charging bricks with better charging capacities. And now with the iPhone 15 holding USB-C, I am positive that the USB-C standard will start to become much better in the future. we will have more and much better accessories, USB-C accessories for all phones. So yeah, the iPhone came late to the USB-C party, but because of this approach, all other USB-C enabled phones, especially Android phones, will definitely benefit from that. So you cannot just cancel Apple yet. Apple and Android need each other to push each other to become better brands. Hinintay ko na nga lang na other phone manufacturers will follow suit and also develop their version of a dynamic island, which doesn't require to be USB, which doesn't require a third-party software. So ultimately, I think I'm just waiting for Google to come out with their version of the dynamic island. The action button is also a good idea. And I am sure all of you will say that, yeah, but Samsung has already come up with that in the form of the Bixby button. True, but you're only stuck with Bixby. I'm sure soon after the release of the action button, other phone manufacturers will come out with a similar feature. Again, running with Android. So, huwag niyong laitin si Apple. Maganda ang position ni Apple in the entire tech ecosystem. Okay, masyadong excited, Android fanboys, na in the comments, ang comment yung agad, hindi, nauna na si Android, matagal. Si Samsung, nauna na yan. Si OnePlus, nauna na yan. Gusto ko yung approach ni Apple and how strategic, at least that's how I see it, how strategic they are with their feature positioning. And that's all I have to say about that. Catch you in my next video. Bye-bye.